Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of The Sims 3, A Day in the Life of the Supernatural. It's not even just another episode, it is the last episode of the series because it's only a 5-part mini-series. And I've been getting comments about like, oh my god, I love this so much, oh my god, I love this series, oh my god, please continue this. And like, thank you for the support, but like, this is a mini-series, it's like a current household series to give you guys an update. It's only 5 episodes. It's only 5, it's not going to continue. Like, The Sims are going to continue and everything, but it's going to continue in Supernatural Season 2, and so some of the stuff we will be seeing, like some of these stories will be continued on during that series, but like this kind of style, like Let's Play, I guess, is not going to be happening at all. I mean, it could in the future, but like this series is ending. It's ending. This is the last 5 episodes. This is it. This is all you're getting. But just wanted to make that clear because I don't know like what happened, but yeah, I've gotten a few comments just kind of saying how like they want this to continue and like it's over now. So sorry, but you know, Supernatural Season 2, it's here, it's coming in like a week. After you're seeing this, it should be out within a week, maybe less, I don't know. Because I gotta do like aging up and makeovers and I gotta like progress everything like a year ahead because but anyway, this is my second time recording this because I talked way too much during the first episode and I did not want to do that. But we're going over Monty, and you're probably like, who the fuck are these people? Like, Monty, he's not even here. Yeah, Monty's dead. I stated that in the last like 2 episodes, I think. And then I also talked about it in well, you can tell by the thumbnail, you can tell by the title, and right now I'm telling you that he's dead. And so we are actually going to be going through his story, but because I mean he is dead and everything, we'll be going through his story through the eyes of Miss Leandra Tome, who was once Cynthia's daughter. I will get into that here in a minute, and her daughter Arabella Tome. And so basically, I'll get into it in a second. Anyway, so we're gonna start with Monty and him kind of being a human and talking about his life after Veneta had gotten revenge against him and it turned him from a vampire into a human, because that did happen in Supernatural. Go watch it, haha. But yeah, so after that whole thing happened, I even got questions that I was supposed to talk about a long time ago, but I never addressed them like I said that I would. But there was one question that was like, why doesn't Monty just like get someone to turn him into a vampire, or like get either a vampire to turn him or get a witch to turn him? But you guys, Monty is not liked by the vampires because he betrayed them, he was exiled from the community, no one likes him, his family disowned him, like he has no one in his corner who's a vampire. The only person that would have turned him was Madison, but he low-key fucked that up too because Madison hates him. And she didn't hate him before, she just refused to do it because she's like, I got what I wanted from you, I'm done, I don't care about you anymore. But, the reason why she now hates him is because Monty got so desperate that he ended up going kind of crazy, and he threatened Reen's safety. He, basically was going to kidnap her and use her to threaten Madison into turning him into a vampire. And so Madison ended up having to threaten him, and she threatened him and basically said, if you dare lay a hand on my daughter, come anywhere near her or me, then I will fucking rip your jugular out and feast upon it for dinner. Do not come anywhere near me or my child ever the fuck again. And I kind of feel, and like, ever since then, Madison's been all about protecting Reen. And so, I definitely feel as if, like, that's kind of why Madison and Reen's relationship is a little bit more strained, and why it's not that strong. Okay, hi. And it's just because Madison has been so about protecting Reen that she's been distant from her so that she can keep a watchful eye on her. And I don't know, I don't think that, like, Madison's, I guess, like, way of thinking about this is correct or right in any way, and I think she's kind of like, you know, gone off the deep end. But she thinks she's dealing with it in the proper way, and she's not. But yeah, hi, there you go. They're witches, by the way, if you didn't know. Anyway, yeah, so Monty, and then of course witches don't like vampires, and so why would they turn a human who was once a vampire back into a vampire when all the witches think that Veneta kind of did some like big like justice thing for the witches, and she like took down the vampires a peg. I don't even know, or like she just made like a huge statement about like the resurgence of witches. People turn just everything into some whole, like, they basically put Vanetta on this pedestal and made her seem like she's some social justice warrior for the witches, when she's not. She was just doing something because she believes in equality. She doesn't give a fuck about the differences between vampires and witches or any supernatural. It's literally just about the fact that Monty cheated on her, but witches turned it into some like social justice bullshit. When that wasn't even like Vanetta's intent. But anyway, so yeah. Once he got even more desperate, he ended up going to a fortune teller, a psychic, and that fortune teller was Leandra, aka Cynthia, who was her real name. And so she did end up going, or Monty ended up going to this psychic, to Leandra, and he basically asked, am I going to ever become a vampire again? Is it in the cards? Am I going to die a human? Or am I going to become a vampire? And so she asked the spirits, and the spirits told her, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, you'll become a vampire once again. And so, yeah, he didn't know how that was going to happen. They didn't tell Leandra or Cynthia that. All they did was just say, yeah. And then, Monty kind of got a little bit, you know, whatever. And because, him and, he's definitely a smooth talker, and so him and Leandra, or Cynthia, he kind of, I guess, got into her head a little bit, and they started talking. They dated for a few months, kind of, low-key. And after about a few months of dating, one night, after some good old woo-hooty, and after they had went to sleep, it was like 2-3 a.m. and so dead in the night, and this hoe, Leandra, she got a premonition about just this child giving birth. Well, this child giving birth, this child being born into the world, and this woman giving birth. She didn't see the woman, she saw the child, and then this premonition was like flashes of images and stuff like that, and so it was like short little like clips and videos and stuff like that. We're getting an invitation to, you know what, I'll be there, I'm sure, I don't even care, I guess so. But she got this vision, and it was about this child being born. It was, and then she got flashes of Monty becoming a vampire again. And so basically she felt as if the spirits were telling her that the way that Monty was going to become a vampire was through some child, was through some being born into the world and turning him back into a vampire. And it seemed like this whole big thing. She seemed like she was kind of scared, and so then after that, she felt like it was kind of, she had a feeling that it would be her. That was her child that would basically bring Monty back. But the reason why it was such a big deal is because not only did she see Monty becoming a vampire, she saw Monty on top of the world, basically. She saw Monty kind of ruling things, and not really ruling Moonlight Falls, but just like kind of becoming a danger to society into Moonlight Falls. And he was like on top of the world, I guess, in a way. And so she got scared because Monty seemed very evil in a way. And Monty's not evil, at least not the Monty that we knew. He might not have been the best person, but he was definitely not evil. But this version of Monty that she saw was not the one that was laying next to her, at least not what she thought. And so she got kind of freaked out. And after that, she waited about like a couple more weeks, and then she took a pregnancy test, and come to find out she was pregnant. And so that she then really believed that prophecy was for her. And so she basically, she wasn't going to leave town because she wanted to stay in Moonlight Falls. But basically, she completely took her old identity, who was Cynthia's daughter, and she changed it. She quit her job. She works at the bookstore. She used to work at, I don't even know where she worked. She worked, oh, well, obviously at the fortune teller place, but she couldn't do that anymore. And so she now works at the bookstore, and she is now known as Leandra Tome. And so she did a whole glamour. She doesn't even look the same. This isn't even how Leandra looks, at all. Leandra looks different, than this. Well, Cynthia looks different than this, and this is her new whatever. And so, yeah, she's changed everything about herself. So to other people, she looks completely different. Um, everyone, and she's made just a whole new life for herself, known as Leandra Tome. And so she's like a member of the coven. That's why she's being invited to this party because of Vanetta and um, Alistair. And so she's not like a big part of the coven. She's just like an average witch pretty much to them. But yeah, she's a part of the coven. And she had her daughter Arabella. And so Arabella is Monty's daughter. As you can see, here's Monty, dead and deceased. And then of course her half siblings, Vix and Reen. And so yeah, it's that's Arabella. And yeah, it's y'all, did I go over the traits? I think I did. Maybe that was in the last episode. I don't know. Anyway, these are the traits. Have a quick little glance at those if you want to. You can read, and see, and all that fun jazz. And so, yeah, there's their traits and everything. But, yeah, so that's how that's how this little family is connected to Monty. And so this child, Arabella, is I guess, is prophesized as to being the I guess the one to bring Monty back to life and turn him into a vampire. I don't even know. Like, I literally don't know. Like, I think I know, but I don't know. And so, like, but this hoe is apparently prophesized into bringing Monty back, and Monty has some whole thing that's gonna happen with him that makes him a huge deal. Like, I don't know. I literally don't know. But from whatever it is that Leandra saw, it freaked her out so goddamn much that she had to hide from Monty, change her name, do a glamour spell, completely change everything about herself. And so it's kind of freaky, to be honest with you. But yeah, so on to Monty a little bit more, because there's more about Monty. So Monty's death. Yes, he is dead. And basically, of course, because the magic never happened, because Arabella wasn't born, because of whatever, because he didn't become a vampire yet, Arabella did not, I guess, like, of course, do what she's prophesized to do, I guess. And so, Monty did not become a vampire. He continued to age, and he got old. And, of course, without knowing that, certain, things, diseases, cancer, stuff like that run in the family, because his family would be, a family of vampires for the next, I don't know, maybe, like, I'm gonna choose this up for you. Oh, okay, or not, or I'm not gonna, you can just use the bathroom there, I guess. But, because of, the fact that his family is a family of vampires, and they are, I guess, like, I don't even know. I mean, because they're a family of vampires, and they don't age, really, he didn't know that, 400 years ago, 5, 6, however many years ago, hundreds of years ago, that when his family were human, that, these things ran in the family. And so Monty contracted a lot of things. He contracted dementia, he got heart disease, he got cancer, he got all this stuff that made living as an older person pretty much hell. And he didn't undergo any treatments like he was supposed to. He didn't do everything that he was supposed to really do. Who's this? That's Jess Holmes. Hi, Miss Jess. How are you doing? Oh my god, there's a little shadow. Hi, I love you all. Oh my... Who the fuck is that? Olivia Goth. Okay, pee. Go off, I guess, Miss Ma'am. Yeah, go ahead and go pee. But yeah, so, Monty, he should only be, I mean, he should be in, like, his 200s probably right now. But he should look as if he was in, like, his 60s probably. Maybe, like, his 50s, 60s. And so he should not have died as early as he did. He should still be alive right now. But because of all the things in him not even being able to afford to pay, but not, I mean, because he couldn't pay for, like, treatments and chemo and stuff like that. But he just couldn't, he didn't want to, honestly, because he just didn't want, he knew that he wasn't going to become a vampire yet. And he was like, if this whole thing was prophesized, like that bitch who, I don't even know where the fuck she is, then, if it was prophesized by her, then it'll happen eventually. And it will happen eventually, I guess, but clearly he's gonna die first before he gets turned. And so, whoa! How the fuck is Vix here, bitch? Looks like Vix is in town visiting really fast, honestly. Congratulate on graduating. Oh, well, he didn't graduate, but sure. I guess Vix is in town for a little bit. I don't know why. Maybe he's here to see his mom. Maybe he's here. I mean, honestly, I don't really know. I really don't know why he's here right now. But, I'm sure. What the fuck? Olivia. Oh, he's freaked out. He's like, ew, Max. I mean, Max is like, ew, Olivia. Olivia. What are you doing in there? Vix is grumpy. Yeah, we know. Shut the fuck up. Stop talking to him. Literally, just stop. Go away. Go away now. Go away now. Did no one bring food? Can we just go have some, like, yogurt or something? But anyway, so Monty did pass away kind of prematurely because of all the things that he contracted, and everything. I know. Shut up. Just be quiet. I need food. But yeah, so he did pass away. And, he is... Bitch, what? Romantic interest? What? Excuse me, I'm so sorry. That's disgusting. That bitch, that's not even... No. No. Can I get rid of this, please? No. You don't have a... What the fuck? First kiss? Bitch, you don't even know... You don't know Vix. Like, what the fuck? Did Vix, like, hook up with some bitch or something? Like, did Vix, like, hook up with Leandro when he came to visit or something? I don't even understand. Like, I literally don't know. I mean, there's room for, like, Vix to come visit in, like, the late night timeline, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, obviously there's room for him to visit. Because 10 years went by throughout that entire fucking series, and it's 20 episodes. So, I sure hope to God there was enough room for him to leave town. But I don't know, maybe Vix came and visited and fucking hooked up with Leandro. I wouldn't doubt it. I'm sure he probably went to a bar and hooked up with... Oh, there was food. Well, I'm sorry, everyone, that I just ate your food. But, or I ate that yogurt and everything and you got mad at me. But, yeah, so Monty is out here, deceased. He's actually in the mausoleum. But, about his death, pretty much, of course, because no one likes him, because he has no friends, family, whatever... the city is, I guess, responsible for a burial, and, he was, like, in his house, dead, for, like, 3-4 days before anyone noticed or found him or anything, because, of course, the mayor is Alistair, and then Alistair's married to Venetta, Venetta took over, and had a little funeral, but it wasn't really a funeral, it was more of, like, a, like, saying your final goodbyes, whatever it is you want to say to him. You can say it, and it was literally just, her, Madison, Ollie, and Helena, who gathered. It was, like, storming, like, it was, like, 10 p.m. at night, pouring down rain, whole ass fucking thunderstorm. They're at the mausoleum, and they're just saying their goodbyes and their respects. Madison was like, fuck you, I'm glad you're dead. Helena was like, you're a pussy-ass bitch, and, yeah, I don't like you, you cheated on my best friend. Ollie fucking was like, I wish I would have snapped your neck and killed you the day that I fought you, after finding out that you cheated on the love of my life. and then Venetta had kind of like this whole awakening with the entire experience, and she basically came to terms with the fact that she was the cause of Monty's cheating. And not to say that that's an excuse, that, you know, what Venetta did to Monty is not an excuse by any means. There's no, I don't condone cheating at all. But definitely there is this cause and effect relationship between what Venetta had done to Monty and then what Monty did to Venetta. Of course, there was a choice. He made a choice to cheat. It was not a reason for him to cheat. Or it wasn't like... whatever, it's no excuse as to why he cheated, but it is a cause as to why he chose what he did. And so, yeah, that's fun and fresh. But, basically what Venetta had kind of, and she said it out loud too, like, all of them said their respects and everything out loud, and everything, to get everything off their chest 100%, and Venetta said hers out loud as well, and she was like, I understand why you did what you did, because Venetta, ever since they had, I guess, like, decided to move in together, and after they were disowned, exiled, after, you know, whatever, after they were shunned by their communities and whatever. Oh, I hear Ollie in the background. There he goes again. Him and Bianca. But so yeah. He, well, Vanetta. I'm getting all sorts of flustered right now. My brain's not working properly. But him and Vanetta had been, I guess, like, they kind of made a pact in a way, basically saying that they were going to build up kind of a legacy and make it a whole empire in Moonlight Falls with their blended family of vampires and witches and stuff like that. And they were going to show everyone that they were wrong, that, you know, supernaturals can mix, and that they're no different than, you know, full-blooded families and shit like that. And so that fell apart, as we know, but they had kind of made a pact low-key, and then the first thing that happened was Vanetta allowed Ollie and Helena to live with her and Monty in their house. That the money that Monty was able to, the little bit of money, mind you, that Monty was able to take out before his parents completely stripped away all of his money from his bank account, and his trust fund, that money is what went into the house. That's, like, I'd say about 90% of the money that went into the house was from Monty. And so Vanetta, I mean, while she did help and she did, you know, contribute a little bit, it was definitely Monty's money who, you know, which helped the most. But also, so that whole thing, Vanetta not even asking Monty about the entire, because she didn't even tell him. She didn't tell him until, like, a day before they were going to arrive. And they had talked about it like almost a month prior, if not more than that. And so Vanetta completely disregarded Monty's entire opinion or like his wishes or whatever. She didn't even ask him. And so that is kind of why Monty was very sour and cold during the first few episodes of Supernatural. And then Vanetta just spending so much time with Ollie and Helena and not saying anything to Monty. And then the fact that she was so career focused and she was alchemy, work, and then friends, and then work. She didn't leave any room for Monty. And Monty's not the type of person to make the first move. Vanetta was the one that even initiated the first kiss between them. She's the one that officially like asked him out on like their first real official date. So even though Monty's a smooth talker and he can get what he wants and he can, you know, be that kind of person, naturally he's not that kind of person. He has to force that out. And so he's not the first, like if there's a fight or if they're having a difference or whatever, he's not the first person to come forward. He's not the first person to, I guess, just, he's not that kind of person. He's not that straightforward with things like he should be, or even like he can be. Just naturally, he's not the kind of person. And so he didn't go to Vanetta and talk to her. Instead, he kept it all bottled up inside until Madison came and they saw each other. And Madison sensed his vulnerability, knew how vulnerable he was, knew how easy he would be. And so he gave in very easily and he cheated and it became a regular thing. And he was like, you know what? I'm getting this attention from this girl that I'm not getting from Vanetta. And that's also why he was very lovey-dovey and touchy-feely with her. And that's pretty much why she ended up getting pregnant, besides the whole drinks, was because he felt guilty about cheating on her. And so that's why, you know, that's why Madison and Vanetta kind of got pregnant around the same time, because he would feel guilty and he would go back to Vanetta and everything. You know, I think Vanetta got pregnant first, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if that's true or not. Is it true? I don't think so. I think that Madison got pregnant first before Vanetta. I don't even know. But anyway, he would get lovey-dovey and touchy-feely towards Vanetta because he would feel guilty for cheating, but then he'd go back because he's like, well, this bitch isn't giving me what I need, what I want. She's not the same person that she once was. She's changing and everything. And they wanted to start a legacy and empire together, and it felt like Vanetta was branching off and doing her own thing, whereas Monty was over here doing his own thing and being left out, going to work at the hospital, putting in effort there, and coming home. He wanted to be with his girlfriend, with the love of his life, and yet Vanetta was with her friends, or she was doing work or whatever, and he would come home and there'd be a werewolf and a fucking fairy in his kitchen and in his living room, and his wife would be out on the town or out at the fucking elixir shop or doing whatever. And so he just felt very, I guess, like lonely. And he was not used to that in the slightest. And, oh, I know why they were together. Because she used that fucking spell. This bitch, I swear. I fucking stupid. I hate you, Arabella. But yeah. So that's, I mean, it's not, I mean, it is why Monty cheated 100%. Again, there is this cause and effect relationship between what Vanetta did and then why Monty cheated. That's pretty much why, because he felt lonely and unimportant, and his fragile masculinity got in the way. But honestly, I mean, Vanetta had an awakening. She realized what she did, and she forgave him right there at that funeral. And she had known this for a long time, but she finally said it out loud and got it off her chest and told him. And it was honestly, like, everyone was kind of shocked. Like, Madison's jaw was fully open, and she was like, I'm proud of you that you can, you know, admit that and everything, and I'm proud that, you know, you are just so, you know, whatever, but I 100% do not forgive this dude for what he did. And also, the reason why, I guess, Monty, like, threatened, Madison instead of Vanetta is because he already knew what Vanetta was capable of. I mean, she turned him human. With a flick of her wrist, she probably could have turned his guts inside out. You know what I mean? So, like, he was already kind of scared of her and intimidated, while Madison not so much because she was a new vampire and everything, and so he didn't feel like she had a hang of it. But definitely, even though she might be a new vampire bitch, her being a vampire and him being a human now, she's 3 times as strong as him, even on a bad day. So, I mean, there was nothing that Monty could do, even though he thought that he might have a leg up on her and he's more experienced with vampires, even though he wasn't one. No, she still got the best of him, and she still ended up having to terrify him, where he was quaking in his boots. And so, that's basically it, I guess. I've been recording for this is the longest episode of this entire series. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I showed you all the family tree, I'm pretty sure. So, like, that's it pretty much, Vix. Yeah, and so, and in this timeline, I don't think Willow might, no, well, yeah, Willow's born. Anyway, there's all that fun stuff. There's Madison, and then her stepchildren don't show up anymore. That's kind of sad or whatever. But, yeah, so that's fun and fresh. I just take my glasses. But, that should be everything with Monty. She doesn't really have relationships. She doesn't really have any friends, to be honest, either. Yeah, no. And then Leandra, the whole Vix thing, whatever. But yeah, she doesn't really have any relationships either. And so that's fun and fresh, but that's pretty much it with this family as well. That's it with Monty. He's dead. There's a prophecy that says that he will come back to life, and that prophecy has everything to do with Arabella. And so we will see a lot more of Arabella in Supernatural Season 2. And I don't know, and she's been practicing magic. She's more into magic and stuff like that. Rather than her mom, because her mom's more into mysticism and she's more into, like, I was about to say psychiatry, but that's not correct. But just, like, psychic stuff and everything, so, yeah. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If there's anything else, then I will let you guys know in Supernatural Season 2, probably. But that will be coming out within a week, I would say, after this episode airs. And so, yeah, thank you all so much, and thank you for the support on this series as well, because even though it's been, like, a 5-part mini-series, it's been going up for, like, I guess, the past, like, week or so, and it's been kind of short. I still thank you all so much, and this episode's been really fucking long, so I will leave you guys here. Thank you all so much for watching. If you all enjoyed, make sure to leave me a comment down below, like the video, and subscribe, and I will see you on the very next video. So, goodbye, everyone!